Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast, brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVRealtor.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVRealtor.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Super, how are you?
Oh, fabulous. Always like Tuesdays because this is the day we call your daddy. We did not see him for Thanksgiving. We saw your mama, but we get to catch up with Charlie, with Tuesdays with Charlie every Tuesday. Have you ever wondered why we associate Dalmatians with firemen? You ever noticed that?
Not really.
Well, I'm going to tell you why. Pretend like you've always wondered that. Say,
I have always
Thank
wondered.
You. That natural curiosity is what I love the most about you. The natural affinity between Dalmatians and horses is really why it leads back to that. Dalmatians are good watchdogs. People who owned valuable horses often kept Dalmatians around to guard the horses against horse thieves. Now, keep in mind, fire trucks used to be wagons pulled by horses. And they were the fastest, most powerful horses around, and it was a very tempting target for horse thieves.
I see.
So, Dalmatians were kept at the firehouse to help deter horse thieves, and ever since the horses left, the Dalmatians hung around, and by tradition, just, stuck around. That's why.
That makes sense.
Now you know. Coming up, we're going to tell you what special stuff's happening today, and there's a lot of it. It's all on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Get razors for $1 a month plus a few bucks shipping, so you can enjoy fresh razors every month for as little as $3. Learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
Well, first of all, it's Tuesday, the first day of December. Can you believe we're into the final month of 2015?
I know, it's crazy. It's going faster and faster every year.
But today is Antarctica Day, so happy Antarctica Day to you. It's also Bifocals at the Monitor Liberation Day.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure why. It is Days Without Art Day, or Day Without Art Day. So you're supposed to, if you have any art in your house, cover it up or hide it so you will appreciate it more tomorrow.
Oh, are you serious?
Seriously. Because you know what? So many times we walk right by things, you don't even appreciate it. So today is a day you're supposed to just have all of your art covered up and realize, man, I really do miss those beautiful photos. All right, Basketball Day today, Civil Air Patrol Day, Rosa Parks Day, World AIDS Day, and Giving Tuesday Day. Giving Tuesday. It just says Giving Tuesday. So there you go. Give a hoot or something. I'm not sure what you give. Give something today. It is Tuesday, the first day of December.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RVRealtor.com. If you want to buy or sell an RV, go to RVRealtor.com. List your RV for free. Learn more at RVRealtor.com.
Well, you know it's true because you heard it on the radio. The mother of all airport layovers. Have you ever had a long layover? You did
Yes.
one time in Chicago, wasn't it?
No, mine was in Amsterdam.
You had a long layover since we've been married in Chicago one time too, didn't you? Anyway, we'll get back to that. A Japanese man named Hiroshi Nohara decided to take full advantage of his tourist visa in Mexico City, and he moved into the airport. He'd been living there for a couple of months. Nohara, who can't explain why he decided to just live in the airport, has been getting by on free donations from local fast food stands and very kind visitors. Apparently, he was gaining so much notoriety that the local media even started sponsor. It says he's even being sponsored by a few of the stands who give him free hats and shirts to wear.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Now, a tourist attraction in and of himself, people stop by the airport just to get their photo taken with Hiroshi Nohara. That is at the Mexico City airport. Because maybe there's nothing else to do in that airport? I have no idea. Why? Of all the places...
It must be a fairly comfy place.
Yeah, it must be.
It must be a place to sleep.
Of all the places that you'd want to live, why at the airport? That is one of my least favorite places in the world. When I'm traveling somewhere...
If you think about it, everything you need is there.
It's true, but when
There's
I'm traveling
food,
somewhere...
There's restrooms, there's...
My favorite part of traveling is being there.
TV.
My least favorite part of traveling is getting there. I'm just saying. I've never been a big fan of hanging out at the airport. So my longest layover at the airport was when I was flying out one time. I was in a big rush to get there. I got there, and then they let me know after I got checked in. They said, oh, the plane still hasn't left where it's coming from because they had a malfunction. It's going to be about 6 hours. Remember
But
that?
if the airport was your home,
yeah.
you wouldn't really be gone.
Yeah, I suppose. Then you just live there.
Right.
Anyway, this dude lives at the Mexico City airport. There was a movie a while back. I think it was called Terminal,
Tom
wasn't
Hanks,
it? With
yeah.
Tom Hanks. So I don't know if that was based on this guy or if that's something just completely separate. But either way, you know it's true because you heard it on the radio.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain. And this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. 35-year-old Brian Poland of Hebron, Connecticut called 911. In fact, he called several times. Seems there's a big emergency. You know what the emergency was?
What's that?
He was out of beer. He wanted
man.
the police to pick some up on their way. They finally did stop. They didn't have any beer. What they did is they cuffed him and stuffed
Well,
him.
of course they did.
Charged him with disorderly conduct. That is not what 911 is for. Don't do that. All the time we hear about people who call 911 for the dumbest reasons. There was somebody that got the wrong order at a fast food place and called 911 for that. No, we don't do that. This is called society. Welcome to society. Get along with each other. You don't dial 911 because
It's
they
only
messed
for
up your
emergencies.
order.
If somebody's now, if a fast food worker dunked your head in the grease pit, that's
now
a
you
different
call
story.
911 for that, but you don't. Yeah, come on, people. Let's not abuse that. Otherwise, the system is busy and you can't use it for real emergencies.
Right.
Coming up, we have your moment of duh.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Keystone Treatment Center. Addiction is no laughing matter. Call Keystone Treatment Center toll-free at 1-844-204-1055.
And for our moment of duh, we head to Missouri, St. Peter's, Missouri, to be exact. And the guy is a gunman there. He's robbed a 7-Eleven store, but he returned the money minutes later because his car wouldn't start.
Oh.
Amazingly, the store clerks came out to the parking lot and gave him a jump start.
Oh, my gosh.
Police officer David Coupler commented, "We have a very friendly town out here." So he went in and robbed the place, couldn't get his car to start, came back and said, "I'm going to give you the money back. Can you give me a jump start?" And they did. Yeah, you're having a rough day.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're going to give you a jump start. We're even going to give you a head start before we call the police. Get out of here. So they jump started.
That's fantastic.
If you're going to rob
that
a store with a hunk of junk car, just leave it running.
I love that story.
We just watched one of my favorite movies ever, Savannah
Smiles. I know.
And there's a line
love that
in that movie. It says, "Why can't you get a getaway car that'll get away?" And I just love that line, and that's what I thought of as soon as I heard this story. So there you go. Coming up, we have your scoop of the day. That's on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now, your scoop of the day. According to a new study from Harris Poll, 50% of employees will shop online for holiday gifts while at work. So they're going to be hanging out in the office, pretending to be working, and they're going to really be doing some online shopping. Of those,
Why are you looking at me?
I'm pointing at you as well. Of those employees, 42% will spend at least 1 hour per day doing so. An hour a day?
An hour a day, amateurs.
Come on, yeah, exactly. No, let's not do that. When you're at work, I have an idea. How about you work? Just a thought. In North Charleston, South Carolina, a Waffle House was about to get robbed. A customer decided he was going to have none of that, and he fatally shot the suspect. The intervening customer had a permit to carry a pistol. Police are not pressing any charges against the customer. So there you go. If there were more people that were looking out for each other like that, I think crime would go down. If you were about to rob a place, you pull a gun out to rob the place, and you were blasted away, people might quit doing that.
For sure.
I'm just saying. All right, the latest trend in jewelry is a thing called smart rings. We talked about this a month ago, and I had no clue what it was. Ringly is a company that makes fashionable smart rings, and they have their first ring out. They integrate the ring with a bunch of different apps on your phone to leave notifications. So it's not like you have a digital readout on your ring. There's just a different color on your ring that shows up if something on your phone. So you don't... Who wants to go to all the hassle of like looking at their phone? Instead, you can just notice that, hey, there's a red light on my ring. That means that such and such came in. We are getting lazy.
We're getting way too
it links
addicted to our technology is what's happening.
Wrangling links with different apps ranging from eBay and Instagram to Uber. So there you go. If you need one of those, you might just want to reevaluate your life. A hunter in France was treated for a gunshot wound after his dog shot him in the hand. 61-year-old man was retrieving a woodcock that he had shot down last week. His dog was so excited he knocked the gun to the ground and jumped on the trigger, discharging one of the cartridges into the hunter's hand. Again, that happened in France. Those French are just not having good luck these days at all. A new study shows that electric cars are actually no more environmentally friendly than gas-powered vehicles. So for those of you who spent the extra money to have that electric car, going, I think how much I'm going to save. Well, you might be saving, but it's no more environmentally friendly than its gas-powered cousin. So there you go.
I think that is...
It's kind of cool.
Actually, I don't know why, but that thrills me to the very core of my being.
Because I know who you are and I know how you think. Scott Schmitz of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I just like saying Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. 5,619 quarters he found from a Buggy Bath car wash. No, I'm sorry, he stole that many. In the week following the burglary, Schmitz, who did not have a job, bought a car using only quarters. An easy tip-off to police that they were not dealing with a genius.
You should have gone to Coinstar first.
Could have done something. I remember working at a car wash in high school, and there was a guy that worked there that stole a bunch of quarters, and then he bought a bunch of stuff there with quarters. And I thought, really? Are you an idiot? He didn't work there after that. He was caught. All right, police in Clio, Michigan stopped to check on a truck that got stuck in the mud at a city park. They were shocked to find a 13-year-old boy behind the wheel. The boy's 41-year-old dad was sitting in the passenger seat. He told the police, I had too much to drink, I let him drive. 13-year-old boy was the one that got stuck in the mud. The problem was the boy had also been drinking.
Oh, my God.
And now they had open containers of beer and liquor all over the front seat. Dad is now facing several misdemeanor counts, including child endangerment, allowing an intoxicated person to drive his vehicle, and allowing
providing
an
alcohol to a minor?
Unlicensed minor to drive, and also providing alcohol to a minor.
Gosh.
The boy is going to go to juvenile court on charges including driving while intoxicated. So that happened in Clio, Michigan. So when, mom and dad or anybody's picking on you about the dumb decisions you make, you can say, hey, at least I didn't do this. Unless, of course, you did do that.
Unless, of course, you were that guy, and then you may just want to keep your mouth shut.
Your part. All right, our strange law from Maine. Shotguns are required to be taken to church, and here's the reason why. It's a weird reason. In the event of Native American attack. So this is going way back to when, the Cowboys and Indians time frame.
Okay, but you know what? It's relevant again because you never know who's going to come in and start shooting up a church. So it's not a bad idea to take a gun to church.
Well, there you go. Yeah, because there was a church shooting not too long ago. So
there have been several.
If you were required to bring a gun, nobody
would
ever
not
go
be a
to
bad
church. Unless, of course, the sermon's running too long and people start taking shots. That would be bad. But anyway, that's your strange law. This has been your Scoop of the Day.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RoughToughKennels.com. Dog kennels and accessories sent to your front door wherever you live. Your dog deserves it. Learn more at RoughToughKennels.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite feature of the entire week. We do this every Tuesday. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law just because we can for a little feature we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
How you doing, Charlie?
Another collect call.
Hey, as long as you keep answering, we're going to keep calling.
Well, I'm stupid.
So what kind of good stuff are we going to learn about today, Charlie?
Oh, you know who John Lennon was?
Oh, yeah, he was one of the Beatles.
Yes. Do you know that he beat a man close to death because of a gay joke?
No kidding?
Yeah.
Must not have been a good joke, apparently.
Well, apparently didn't like it.
Apparently not.
Wow.
Well, you don't smoke.
No.
I smoke cigars.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Yes.
You know Philip Morris, that's a cigarette company?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Okay. They ran an ad acknowledging smoker's cough in 1943. They claimed it was caused by smoking brands other than Philip Morris. That's pretty good. Hey,
that's brilliant.
Don't smoke those. That stuff will kill you. Smoke ours. It'll kill you too, but we won't tell you that.
I like that. Hey, then if you work in Sweden, you can take sick leave during your vacation if you are ill.
Sick leave during your vacation?
Yeah, so you take your vacation and say, I got sick on my vacation, so then I get to take more time.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty clever.
That is.
That is.
I think I would always get sick on vacation.
I think I always do get sick on vacation. It's usually self-induced. But...
Well, I know you do, yeah. The old head in the stool don't count.
It's got to count for something.
Hey, then you know that guy that invented the pet rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that was popular in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
He became a multi-millionaire 6 months after marketing it.
Wow. All he had to do is sell people rocks that they could go get out of the garden for free.
What a great idea.
I think we should bring back the pet rock. Oh, we got to do our own, though. Ours is going to be the pet stick.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
There you go.
We want to be creative, do our own thing.
Don't want to get sued.
Get your very own pet stick. It's the official sponsor of the Tuesdays with Charlie show.
You get a big enough stick, I can beat you with it.
There you go, see?
Hey, then here's a headline in a newspaper. Roasted nuts was the paper headline for when a mental hospital caught on fire.
Oh, that's not nice.
It's a true story. That was back in the day.
Okay, no, I think that's funny.
That's terrible.
We're not picking on people. That was just a headline in a paper.
Good for them for thinking outside the box.
Yeah, that's just mean.
I got one last thing here for you. You know who Hugh Hefner is?
I've heard of the guy.
He's gone nearly deaf in recent years, which may be caused by the Viagra he uses, but he still says he would rather have sex than have his hearing.
What?
Who?
Well,
it's not caused by that, though, is it?
Well, I don't know. Well, he's about 100 years old, so
Man, he's getting close.
he probably uses 3 or 4 at a time.
the whole thought of that even just kind of makes my skin crawl, but whatever.
Well,
I bet he has to use popsicle sticks and duct tape.
you trying to kill me, Charlie? Oh, boy. Hey, are you ready for a question of your own?
Sure.
All right. A group of geese on the ground is called a gaggle. What do you call a group of geese in the air?
I know this, but I can't think of it. A yak. I don't know.
No, it's a skein. S-K-E-I-N, a skein.
Huh.
So when you see geese flying through the air, that's not a gaggle of geese. That's only a gaggle of geese if they're on the ground. It's a skein of geese if they're in the air. You know why there's more geese? Like when you see a V shape of geese, you know there's always more on one side than the other. You know why that is? The one side is always longer. You know why that is, Charlie?
You just ruined your own joke, you dummy.
There's an odd number of them.
There's more geese on that side.
He's such a... You just gave it away before you even got to the punchline.
You know why there's more geese on that side? Because there's more geese on that side. It's supposed to be, you know why that one side's longer.
Finally caught my habit of having a little drink before you do this, haven't you?
Well, Charlie, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking our call.
Well, you know, I'm stupid. The phone rings are good bad.
Well, we'll talk to you next week, Charlie.
Okay, bye, Flop.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can with a little show we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
This portion of the program is brought to you by CarsForSale.com. If you're in the market to buy a car, truck, or van, find thousands of vehicles to choose from at CarsForSale.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi. Some Australians are in a panic after purchasing pork, which was later discovered to glow in the dark. Yeah.
Oh.
Would you be worried if your pork was glowing in the dark? Food officials are saying the pork is perfectly safe. The glow was caused by a harmless bacteria that happens to have a fluorescent glow, but it's all harmless. Just eat it. It's going to be fine. Would you let me? First of all, I wouldn't eat that. Would you try to make me eat that if we had glow in the dark food?
I would. If our food was glowing in the dark, no.
You would actually.
I would
let
say
me,
we need to.
Because there are times that I'm like, this is gross. There's mold on it. You're like, knock the mold off. You're like, no, there's not. What? I'm not eating that.
Mold.
Like, it's fine. I cut
mold
the
is
mold off.
different.
Yeah. All right. Food officials in Australia are telling people not to be alarmed by this outbreak of glow-in-the-dark pork. They say it's just a harmless bacteria and it's going to be just fine.
There's no way I would eat that. There's
right.
no way.
Hey,
but you know what I did see online that
what
I'm
did you
wondering.
see?
First of all, I'm 100% sure this isn't even real.
Then why are we
but
talking about it?
Helium infused beer and helium-infused wine. I've seen several videos of women drinking wine, and then they drink this wine, and their voices get really high and silly and fun for a while, and then it goes back down to normal, and then they take another drink and does the same thing. Same thing with beer. There's guys drinking this helium-infused beer.
I don't think that's a
I
thing.
don't think so either, but how cool would that be if it was?
Stop.
I want some. Now, that is something I would do.
We just wasted 30 seconds of your life. I am so sorry. Coming up, we've got some turkey beauty tips, something to do with the leftovers. That's on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by StoneGroupArchitects.com. It's more than a building. It's design and function working together. Check out the project portfolio at StoneGroupArchitects.com.
Here we are, the first week of December, and many people have extra turkey still laying in the fridge. We don't actually have any because we didn't host Thanksgiving this year, so we have no leftovers. But for those of you who are sticking around with leftovers, jamming up your fridge, there is an idea right here from a Romanian skincare expert named Ella Schnell. She says you can rub those leftovers on your face to look more beautiful. If you have dry skin, she says, use pumpkin pie mixed with lemon for a facial mask. Or you could use a facial mask of turkey fat, oatmeal, and egg yolks. It says also for oily skin, coat your face with leftover cranberries mixed with mashed potatoes and an egg white. If you want to look good before the holiday meal, moisturize your face with whipped cream to firm up jowls and stretch out wrinkles. Carry a drumstick in each cheek. I don't think that's a real thing.
That's ridiculous.
I think that last one was made up.
Or you could just drink enough booze to deal with everybody for the day and pass out face first into your plate of food and wake up looking beautiful and refreshed.
According to this Romanian, I'm beginning to think this is all a bunch of phooey. But according to that Romanian skincare expert, her name is Elna Schnell, ELNASCHNELL.
She sounds ravishing.
I don't know if any of it's true, but I think she's just trying to make stupid Americans rub gravy on their faces. Check this out in the post photos. Look at my beautiful mashed potato facial. Not only do I look beautiful, but I taste delicious too. All right, coming up, I've got some excuses for not going to work, just in case you need them. That's on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVWheelator.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
This is a time of year that many people don't call in sick because they're, wanting to stay outside. It's not one of those call-in well days. It's the kind of time where people start calling in sick for work so they can go do shopping or maybe put up the Christmas lights or that kind of thing.
Okay.
But if you're looking for some excuses, I have some below-average excuses for you. What is a stigma? Because it says, here's one of the excuses. My stigma is acting up again. And I think that
Isn't that something in your eye?
I thought
Isn't
so too.
It astigmatism?
Could be. I have no idea. Another one. The psychiatrist said it was an excellent session. He gave me this jaw restraint so I won't bite things. And I'll be able to come back to work here fairly soon.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb. The dog ate my car keys. We're going to hitchhike to a vet. These are dumb excuses. I'm so
That
sorry.
one might not be an excuse. I mean, if they have to get to the vet to extract the car keys.
I can't come to work today. The EPA has determined that my house is completely surrounded by wetlands. I have to arrange for a helicopter to get me out of this place.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. My wife makes more money than I do, so I'm going to stay home with our sick son.
That one actually makes sense. If one of you has to miss work, the one who makes the most money should probably be going.
I refuse to travel to my job in the district here until there's a commuter tax. I insist on paying my fair share. Okay. And the last excuse, some of these are lame. I'm feeling a little disgruntled this morning. You sure I should come in?
That one's nice.
All right. Coming up, going to talk about nuclear war that almost happened. We're going to tell you all about it on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by GunUp.com. If you're a gun lover, you'll be in heaven at GunUp.com. Built by experienced military veterans, shooting sports competitors, and publishing professionals. They have awesome stories and articles that are read by millions of gun enthusiasts. Check it out at GunUp.com.
We've never had a nuclear war, have we? I mean, we've had people test nuclear missiles and whatnot,
nukes,
but we've never really...
No, not a back and forth.
Well, we almost had
the
one
world
because of a school of fish Yeah, a fish with gas almost caused a full-scale nuclear alert. A fleet of NATO ships headed for the
fish with
Baltic.
gas, like a farting fish.
Just take a listen here. Yeah, I think so. A fleet of, let's call it the Charlie fish. I don't know. A fleet of NATO ships headed for the Baltic Sea on full alert tried to track down their enemy submarines. They found nothing. Instead, analysis later found the propeller-like noises that they detected underwater showed sound clouds that came from a school of passing herring fish that were passing gas.
Oh my God, that's funny.
So they had farting fish under the ocean that they thought was an enemy submarine. They're like, oh, we better we're on full red alert because of these enemy submarines coming in. Wouldn't they have noticed that they're just tiny little, like, 6-inch submarines?
And it was just a red herring.
It was a red. Oh, you got it. No, it was not red. It was a herring. All right, coming up, got some real answers given by children. Some funny stuff on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. You can get razors sent to your door each month for just $1, plus a couple of bucks shipping. It's an amazing deal. Log on to dollarshaveclub.com/radio to learn more. That's dollarshaveclub.com/radio. Now, back to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
I absolutely love these things. You don't necessarily always like them, but I think this is some funny stuff.
Some of them are fun.
These are real answers given by children. Name the 4 seasons. The kid said salt, pepper, mustard, and vinegar.
Oh, that's cute.
Explain the process by which water can be made safe to drink. The kid said, I think it's called flirtation. It makes water safe to drink because it moves large pollutants like grit, sand, dead sheep, and canoeists.
I think I know the kid that wrote that answer.
Yeah, me too. Our daughter dated him for a while. All right. How is dew formed? Answer. The sun shines down on the leaves and makes them perspire. Question. How can you delay milk turning sour? The kid said, keep it in the cow. I think that's true.
That's cute.
Question. What causes the tides in the ocean? The kid said, the tides are a fight between the earth and the moon. All water tends to flow towards the moon because there's no water on the moon, and nature hates a vacuum. I forget where the sun joins in this fight. Another question for kids. What are steroids? Kid says, things for keeping carpets still on the stairs. All right. Question. What happens to your body as you age? The kid said, when you get old, so do your bowels, and you get intercontinental. Question. Name a major disease associated with cigarettes. The kid said premature death.
That's true.
All right. Question for kids. How are the main parts of the body categorized? The child said, the body is consisted of 3 parts, the brainium, the borax, and the abdominal cavity. The brainium contains the brain. The borax contains the heart and the lungs, and the abdominal cavity contains 5 bowels, A, E, I, O, and U.
Oh, fun.
That is hilarious. All right. What is a fibula? The kid said, a small lie.
Oh, cute.
What does varicose mean? The kid said, nearby. She thought varicose was very close. Give the meaning of the term Caesarean section. The kid said, the Caesarean section is a district in Rome.
That one I liked.
And our final question with a fun answer. The kid was asked, what does the word benign mean? And he said, benign is what you will be after you be 8. Benign is what you be after you be 8. All right. We got some good news for you on the way. I hope that brightened your Tuesday a little bit right there. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV. Call 1-800-259-7646. They have hundreds of channels to choose from, with many packages to fit your viewing desires. Learn more at 1-800-259-7646.
Always try to end this thing with some good news, Heidi. This program, sometimes, we just had some funny stuff a little bit ago, but sometimes we get kind of down. We got some dumb people doing dumb things, but we always try to brighten the mood before the end of the program with this, our good news for the day. And today is a really nice story. United States Marine Corps veteran Sergeant Christy Ennis nearly died while serving in Afghanistan, which is sad. She was serving as an aerial gunner in Afghanistan when a helicopter went down. Doctors told her she would never walk again, but you know what? She's doing more than walk. Earlier this fall, she tracked 1,000 miles across Great Britain with 5 other veterans as part of the Walking with the Wounded team. She's now ranked 5th internationally for women in the Paralympic snowboarding and is on track to compete in the 2018 Paralympics.
That's cool.
So for a young lady who was told by doctors, you'll never walk again, she said, oh, you want to bet? And there are so many times that people, I'm so proud of this lady. Again, her name is U.S. Marine Corps veteran Christy Ennis, Sergeant Christy Ennis. So many times that people are told that you'll never do this, and then they just make the decision, you're right, I guess I won't. But there are others, like Christy, when she was told you'll never walk again, she said, you're right, I'm going to run. I'm not going to just walk.
I'm so proud of all of our veterans, but there are so many stories just like this where they prove time and time and time again that they're courageous and that they're fighters and that they're going to carry on no matter what.
Exactly.
And I think these stories are amazing.
And it's really, really a cool story. If you'd like to know more, it was on ABC, and you can see it on their website. I'm going to throw a link on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. I just love finding good news, positive news to share, because I think if we share more good news and we share that with each other, think about how many times you read negative news on social media.
Yeah.
All the time. Share something positive. Brighten the day of your friends as well. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in on a Tuesday.
Time now for the bonus break. Only available here on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
And it's time right now for your bonus break, brought to you by the Dollar Shave Club. And you could actually buy somebody a gift subscription for the holidays. You can sign them up to receive razors where you pay for it, and they get a nice gift subscription all year long. So like Cousin Eddie says, it's the gift that keeps on giving all year long, Clark. That was the Jelly of the Month Club.
Yes, it was.
This is the Razor of the Month Club. For as little as $3 a month, you can have them in razors every single month. Now, if you want to give a really nice gift, say, you know what, I'm going to give you the Executive Series because you are a pretty good person and I kind of like you. It's only $9 a month. So it's a great thing to do. It's a great way to do it. If you're trying to figure out what can I get somebody, it's something they need anyway. And chances are, once they start getting it, they're going to fall in love with it just like we did. And I get, where's the thing at? There's one right, it's called the Bathroom Minutes. I'm actually wearing my glasses and I can't read across the room with those on. I had to take them off. The Bathroom Minutes. And that's one of my favorite things about it. To me, I would actually keep my subscription just to get that. Have you read those at all?
A little bit.
I think they're really cool.
I just don't spend as much time on the toilet as you do, so.
I've read them cover to cover 8 times. So but they tuck that in with your razors. So every month, not only are you getting awesome razors, but you're getting this fun little publication that comes with it too. That's worth the subscription alone. But if you'd like to get one for yourself, or if you'd like to get one for a friend, go to the same website either way, dollarshaveclub.com/radio. Now, last month, we had a Friday the 13th in November. Remember that? Mm-hmm. So there is an actual name for that. Do you know what the fear of the Friday the 13th is?
I have
what
no
that
idea.
would be
I have
called?
no idea.
It's called
I'm not afraid of it.
Paraskidvatrichophobia.
Okay.
I'm sure I nailed that, by the way. I'm positive I got that absolutely
For
right.
whatever reason, that's always been a very, very good day for me.
It always has
Good
been.
things always happen on that day.
Well, let's talk about some other phobias. Like, did you know that there's a fear of bald people?
No.
It's called pletophobia.
Huh.
Yeah, pletophobia. So I don't know why you'd be afraid of bald people, but there you go. How about this one? I'm gonna read the phobia, and you try to tell me what you think it is. How's that sound? All right. How about arachnophobia?
You're afraid of spider bites.
No, you're afraid of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth and soaking up all of your saliva. How about helminthophobia? Helminthophobia.
Helmin. You're afraid of mayonnaise.
No. You're afraid of getting worms.
Oh.
How about logophobia or logophobia? I'm not sure which way you say that.
You're afraid of advertising.
No, your fear of words. Victims quake with the sight of books or even listening to another person talk. How in the world would you live with that? That would stink. How about estrophobia? Estrophobia.
You're afraid of strong men.
No, you're afraid of mirrors.
Oh.
Yeah. How about earthophobia or erethophobia?
I don't know. You're afraid of the planet.
No, your fear of blushing. Some people live in terror of others seeing them with a red face. Starts a vicious cycle because the more self-conscious you are, the more
worse you blush. Yeah.
It's a good thing you don't have that because you blush a lot.
I do blush.
How about ponganophobia? Ponganophobia.
I have no idea.
Fear of facial hair. People who have this cringe at the sight of stubble and absolute panic when they see somebody with a full beard.
Wow.
Yeah, which really sucks because if you have that, lately, it's probably really been bad for you because beards are back, or they were for a week or two at least. So now I know a lot of the people that I saw who had big bushy beards now shaved them off. So I don't know if the beard thing is done. I tried it and it just doesn't work for me. Hence, Dollar Shave Club being a sponsor. I shave mine clean. I have a goatee, I guess. So I got that. How about lanchophobia? Lanchanophobia, maybe that's what it is.
I have no idea.
Fear of vegetables. Yeah.
None of these names even make sense.
That's probably like the German word for it or whatever. It's not that. What's the other language? Latin. That's the one. Most likely that one. How about dextrophobia? Dextrophobia.
No, you're afraid of fingers.
No, fear of objects to the right side of your body. How about levophobia? Levophobia.
Blev?
Lev, L-E-V-O, phobia.
Levo.
Levophobia.
You're afraid of showering.
Fear of objects to the left side of your body.
This is so ridiculous. Why are we reading this?
Because I didn't
Shouldn't our bonus break be something fun and exciting and riveting that makes people want to tune in? This is lame.
People are on the edge of their seat to hear the last three. So
No, they're not.
hang in there.
People have tuned out. There's nobody even
Electrophobia.
listening at this point.
A-L-E-K-T-O-R-O phobia.
You're afraid of
Electrophobia.
electronics.
No, you're afraid of fowl. You're afraid of chickens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How about calaginophobia? Calaginophobia.
You're afraid of people in California wearing swimming suit bottoms that are too tight.
Close. Fear of beautiful women. So some people wish they all wouldn't be California girls, apparently. And clinophobia. Clinophobia.
I'm not afraid of clinics.
No, they're afraid to go to bed.
Oh, that would suck.
People with this fear often suffer from insomnia, which then promotes stress, which makes the condition even worse. So there you go. All of those phobias. Hey, one last little thing for you. A fun fact for you, Heidi. Laziness and inactivity kills just as many people as smoking. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
So just sitting around doing nothing has just as good a chance of killing you as smoking. So
That's going to be what kills us.
yeah, be careful. Don't do that. And if you'd like to bring some music and special memories to your Christmas celebration, there's a thing called David Jeremiah's 25 Days of Christmas, and you can actually check that out starting December 1st, so today, to find a new Christmas gift from Turning Point. I'm going to put a link on our Facebook page if you'd like to check that out, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Have a great day. Your bonus break has been brought to you by the Dollar Shave Club. You can learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio.